Got the boat?
Check.
Coupons?
Check.
Beer, gear, Dramamine?
Check, check, check.
Insert Billy Catch Pooler tape?
Check that too.
We got Fishin'!
There's a boat race down the river.
Gone Fishin' is a 1997 comedy film directed by Christopher Kane that would reunite Joe Pesci and Danny Glover from their Lethal Weapon fame. Joe Waters, played by Joe Pesci, and Gus Green, played by Danny Glover, are two blue-collar, lifelong friends and next-door neighbors who live in Newark, New Jersey with their families. They have won a fishing contest to go fishing in the Florida Everglades, much to the chagrin of their wives, Cookie and Donna, played by Edith Davis and Carol Kane.
Hey, what's going on?
Take a look at your sons.
Were you guys, playing football again?
Hey, they're gonna be good football players, Joe.
They sure are.
Yeah.
So, does anybody want to help us pack or what?
Would you help your fathers?
I want to just tell you one thing.
Uh-oh, here comes Little Miss One Thing.
The contest they won was championed by professional fisherman Bill Catch Pooler, played by Willie Nelson.
And even though they say that only idiots use these lures, it's the idiots who ain't using them. That's the idiots. Huh?
We won this fishing contest, Joe. Man, I can't believe it.
It includes an all-expense-paid stay at Glory Glades Lodge in the Florida Everglades. Their wives remind Joe and Gus of their bad luck and insist that they make it home before the Thanksgiving holiday.
I just gotta say this one thing.
One thing.
Thanksgiving's on Thursday.
Thursday.
You know, and call me silly, but I'm worried that you're gonna end up in the hospital, something like last year.
That's why this trip is so nice. That's why it's so important. I mean, we're going to the Everglades. That's the biggie, right, Joe?
Yeah,
we're Everglades,
Hey,
yeah.
listen to this. Yeah, we're gonna catch tarpon,
Yeah,
snook, and
tarpon.
pompano.
This.
Yeah.
If you two are not back by Thanksgiving, we have agreed to kill you.
After arriving in Florida, the two stop at a diner and are approached by an Englishman named Martin, played by Nick Brimble, who discreetly steals Joe's car keys and then steals his 1968 Plymouth Barracuda.
Hey, Gus, hey, look at that. There's a car just like mine.
Joe, that's your car.
It is. With my keys.
Hey, Joe!
The two men then begin walking their boat down the Florida highways. In the meantime, two women, Rita, played by Rosanna Arquette, and Angie, played by Lynn Whitfield, who are after Martin, find Gus and Joe.
Hey!
Hey, Gus.
Yeah.
Babes.
You guys need a ride?
During the ride, the two inquire about how the men know Martin and if he said anything about where he may have been headed.
Did he maybe, like tell you which way he was going or something like that?
Yeah.
No. Hey, let me ask you a question. How come you're asking so many questions?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the guy who stole your car.
No, you already did your don't.
Hey, Joe, get the beer! Gus! Hey, get the beer, Gus!
When the boat detaches, the two find themselves separated from the girls and stranded once again. More chaos ensues when they lose their boat in a freak accident. Hitching a ride with fellow anglers, they spot Joe's car at a gas station, where Joe decides to confront the car thief.
What are you doing, Joey?
He's gonna get a little piece of Newark, Gus.
Oh, come on, Joey. It ain't worth it.
It's worth it, Gus.
No, it's not worth it.
It's worth it, Gus.
It's not worth it, Joe.
When Joe sees that the man is loading a gun, the two flee, but accidentally leave behind a clue as to where they are headed. Joe and Gus make it to Glory Glades Lodge, much different than the brochure after 1992's Hurricane Andrew wiped out the Florida peninsula.
She's gone now.
Gone?
Hurricane Andrew flattened her flatter and flat. Took us 10 months to clean this place up. But not to worry, we got plenty of room. Let me see that coupon again.
Yeah.
While watching television, they learn that the car thief Martin is actually a wanted criminal named Decker Massey. He conned several women out of their fortunes, and even murdered one of the victims by stabbing her to death. Gus and Joe realize that they have the murder weapon and decide to hunt Massey down for the reward, with help from Rita and Angie.
Hey, let's put our cards on the table. You're after the reward, right?
We care less about the reward, believe me. We just want the guy caught, right?
And what did he do to you?
Yeah.
My father, he died almost 12 years ago, and my mom, she's been alone all this time until she met this guy, Decker.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he charmed her, and then he married her. He skipped town with her whole life savings, and it broke her heart. I mean, he could have killed her like that other woman, you know? Oh.
They also hope to go fishing, and hope that they can make it home by Thanksgiving.
Oh,
That's it. And there's the cave, Gus. And it just says, watch out for Mad Maggie.
who's Mad Maggie? Joe?
Yeah, it was just something on the map. Probably to keep people away, scared.
Mad Maggie.
Yeah, we're gonna be rich.
John Candy and Rick Moranis were originally attached to the lead roles in this film. However, John Candy died in March 1994, and Rick Moranis retired shortly after talks for this movie began. John Travolta was also attached to the movie at one point. This movie was filmed in the Florida Everglades between November 1995 and February 1996. The film's original release in summer 1996 was delayed for over a year when Disney, which was the original distributor, switched the movie to their Hollywood Pictures label. It was finally released in May of 1997. During much of the film, Joe Pesci's character wears a Fish Newark and Die t-shirt. Joe Pesci was born in Newark, New Jersey. Danny Glover's character Gus says Joe's name an estimated 188 times in the film. And Joe Pesci's character Joe says Gus's name an estimated 227 times.
Hey, Joe, listen to this.
Hey, Gus.
Hey, Joe, it's nice getting away, man.
Oh, yeah. Gus, I never thought I'd see a palm tree.
I feel like $1 million, Joe.
Yeah, I feel like 2 million.
Let's go eat.
And then fish.
Willie Nelson has a small role as a professional fisherman and contributed the song Down in the Everglades to the soundtrack. It is a pretty catchy tune.
On down the river, let the speedboat speed away. I'll drift around making gator sounds down in the Everglades.
Tragedy struck during filming when 29-year-old stuntwoman Janet Wilder was killed when a boat that was supposed to go over a ramp, fly over a mangrove hedge, and land between 2 other boats, slid off the side of the ramp, flipped over, and landed in a crowd of crew and extras. The film is dedicated to her memory. Adding to the chaos, the movie then went over budget to $53 million. Joe Pesci and Danny Glover were so embarrassed by the film during production that after the stunt woman was accidentally killed on set in December 1995, they assumed that the film was destined to flop. They asked the director Christopher Kane and Disney to release the film either direct-to-video or on ABC, which Disney owned at the time, as a made-for-television movie, because they were sure it would flop at the box office. However, the director vetoed their request, saying that all of their hard work needed to be seen on the big screen. Unfortunately, the stars were right, and the film flopped badly with critics and audiences. Released into movie theaters on May 30th, 1997, Gone Fishin' only grossed $19.7 million on a $53 million budget, making it a significant financial disappointment. This movie's financial failure contributed to Joe Pesci announcing his retirement from acting in 1999. He almost declined to act in 1998's Lethal Weapon 4, but Mel Gibson and Danny Glover persuaded him to reprise his role as Leo Getz. He announced his retirement the following year and only made a select few films since that time. Despite the title of this film, neither Joe Pesci nor Danny Glover's characters ever catch any fish. I first saw this movie when it was new on video and cable on the Starz Movie channel in early 1998. It's not a bad film, but it is lacking in a few areas. First of all, the characters played by Joe Pesci and Danny Glover are a little too dumb for me. They seem too stupid even for a couple of bumbling characters in a comedy film. Secondly, the crime plot and the characters of the girls Rita and Angie seems like it leaves more to be desired. Finally, things just seem to go too wrong for them, and they never catch a single fish in the entire film. As a fisherman, you would expect the movie Gone Fishin' to show the characters reeling in a fish at least once in the motion picture. Nevertheless, Joe Pesci and Danny Glover have great buddy chemistry on screen, and Rosanna Arquette shows off her natural large bust in a white tank top, which is wonderful. Add in a nice Willie Nelson song on the soundtrack, and I think it is just enough to give Gone Fishin' a 7-star rating.